The Illest Critics.
Let go.
On the Raw 808 Underground Radio.
Talk about the Kanye West shit or no? 'Cause I find it interesting.
Yeah, you can go there, but I mean, I think Kanye, he keep on doing nigga shit.
Well, see, this is not even about Kanye West at this point. This is actually more just for men in general.
Yeah.
All right, Kanye West is obviously going through some mental breakdown, and he's accusing Kim Kardashian of a lot of things. The reason I wanted to talk about this in particular is because he thinks that because he has co-custody of the children, that he thinks that he can get the kids whenever he wants. Like, he's supposed to just come up or pop up anytime or call the mother and be like, oh, I'm just grabbing the kids.
That's not what joint custody is.
Yes. And I think most men have to understand that. Like, and it's fun. Actually, I think you was joking around when you said that, Press, earlier, about how if you have a child with a woman, you're always in that woman's life. Like, you can always, like, smash it. I don't know if you're joking or you're serious. Or you're like half and half.
It's half and half.
Okay. We got to stop with that mentality. Because actually, it was Kevin. I was like, yo, that's not true. And
yeah, when a woman's fed up, that's what he said.
Yeah. At this point, like, and I've seen Candace Owens jump in, and she's trying to say that Northwest shouldn't be allowed to have a TikTok account because she's under the age. And then obviously Kanye West and Candace Owens are friends. She supports everything he does, which is bad for him. And he actually brought up the term conditions on TikTok, saying that if you are 13 years old, you're not allowed to have your own, and if you do, it's under like a different channel for like just like for kids basically.
Yeah.
Come to find out, if you do your research, Northwest has a TikTok account with Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
And she's monitoring it. Okay. The reason I want to talk about this shit because, all right, if you decided to break up, let's say divorce happens, okay, whatever, just divorce happens, so be it, and you guys have kids. What should a man do? This is like an honest, serious question, because I don't know that this is more of a complex situation, but what should a man do? Number one,
in a situation of
a divorce and trying to co-parent.
First thing a man should do, and every man should do, is and y'all might think I'm corny about this, but you should get counseling and legal advice.
Okay.
Those are the first. I mean, if you to answer the question, counseling, legal advice, because when a man gets a divorce from a woman, they a little broke up, but they always can bounce back. When a man loses what he considers his other half to whatever circumstance, maybe it was just a bad relationship, he's on emotion already. He's under, he does not understand his rights as a father. He doesn't. That's why he will come back and be like, yo, that's my kid. I can get him whenever I want to. I don't want that guy around my son or around my daughter, da-da-da-da-da. You don't have that type of right. You don't. You can't tell the mother who she can have. You can be like, yo, I don't know if that guy is safe, so, you know, you can advise, but you cannot tell her or make her do anything. And on top of that, the reason why I say legal advice is because men always go into the courtroom when it comes to child support unprepared. They always go and they think they can go, wait a minute, I bought him diapers, I buy him shoes every week, da-da-da-da-da. And they never understand why the judge says that's a gift to a child. Yep. No, that's me taking care of my child. No, that's a gift to the child because it hasn't been court ordered.
That anyways. Yeah.
You're supposed to do it for one. Two, it wasn't court ordered to do it, so you're not going to get credit for that. You're supposed to do that.
Okay. I agree.
Child support is pretty much the upkeep of the child as if the child was in both homes. I mean, with both parents. You know, that's what it's for. That's the reason why the non-custodial parent has to pay insurance. The non-custodial parents has to pay either all or half of daycare if the child is young. Extracurricular activities. Now they look into it to make sure the guy can do it. But bottom line, you don't know that. See, you think life is normal. You just not with her. It's not. And I think men need legal advice. My situation was crazy until I got legal advice. But most guys, when they come out of divorce or they come out of a long-term relationship, they're automatically emotional. They're vulnerable somewhere, especially if there's kids involved, because either he's going to use that as his excuse to come over there when he feels like it, or she's going to use the child as an excuse to just fuck with his head, demasculate him. Oh, you ain't no real man. You ain't buy him no Stretch Armstrong. What the fuck does that got to do with me being a father? I didn't buy him a toy. No, you wanted me to buy him the toy because you was broke. You know, it'd be shit like that. So that would be my advice.
Okay.
My advice is some of what you said, but I would say legal advice, and if you do are on, let's just say for argument's sake, you are on speaking terms with her, I would probably sit down with her and say, all right, listen, let's come up with a common ground plan to see what you want to go with this. You know what I'm saying? These are my days, or these are your days, or whatever, what have you.
Don't do that.
Listen, I'm just telling you my opinion. I would say if you are, like I said, the first thing I said was, if you are on speaking terms with her, if y'all can come to a decision, if we came to a decision where we cool, we said that we're not, we're gonna call it quits or whatever the case may be. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say, all right, listen, are we able as adults to have a conversation about our child? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because we definitely gonna have to cope. We don't have to talk to each other about anything else but this child. You know what I'm saying? So let's have a conversation about this. And if she's willing, and to have a conversation without throwing this, that, and the third into the conversation, and this could be productive, then cool. We had this conversation. Then after I had this conversation with her, then I'm gonna get legal advice. All right, listen, I had a conversation with my ex. She said this, and this. Is that cool? Do I have to take further steps to make sure that this happens? If she said yes, you do, or no, you don't, then we go forward from there.
Well, that's you're right in a sense, but the reason why I would say don't do that is because what if she decides to go against or deviates from the plan?
This is why I get legal advice after.
That's the reason why you get legal advice first. Because if you go to court,
get legal advice first, you automatically going on the defense. You already done came to a point. You already said that it's over with, right? And you already know 9 times out of 10 the woman has the advantage over in a divorce anyway, because especially if you're the breadwinner. Now you got alimony. Now you got child support. Now you got, you know what I'm saying, everything else is thrown on the man. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So if you can have a civilized conversation with the woman, you know what I'm saying, with your ex, soon to be ex.
With the attorney present or not present?
I would say not present at first. Just to see how she feels. Just to throw it out there. You know what I'm saying? Because if she comes at you in a negative light, okay, fool, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? There's no more to talk about this anymore.
I will tell you like this. This is the reason why the majority of men fail with this whole little situation afterwards. Because first of all, law, when you go into court and you get child support and you got custody issues that y'all got to work out, the judge is going to automatically ask you. No, he's going to automatically make you go to mediation. So that conversation that you're talking about having, you're not going to have a choice when you go to court for the divorce. It's like, all right, we need to go to mediation and find out what y'all can agree upon. You're going to go to mediation. That wasn't a choice or an option. Now, once you go in there, and I'm speaking from experience. I'm not speaking on how I think it should go, because I actually tried it your way the first time. And every time I wanted to see him, if she wanted me to see him, I could, whether we agreed on it or not. That's the reason why. And then at that point, because you didn't go to court, there's nothing you can do about it. So if you say, all right, I told you I was going to get him for Christmas, take him over to my mama house. Well, I'm taking him to my mama house. And I don't care what we said, but I'm taking him to my mama house. Now, all night, You've been passionate about everything that you're talking about. Now let your kid come into play and somebody tell you no. Do you think you want to put yourself in that situation? And that's the reason why black men fail. Because a woman can push a button to automatically put them in the negative. Now she called the police on you. Argument. Domestic violence charges brought up. Guess what? Now you can't see your kid unless the judge tell you.
Or unless
supervised.
Yep.
Supervised. See, that's the reason why I say get some counseling for yourself first, because you have to reconfigure your mind to be strong again, because you break down a little bit when you're in a relationship. But after that, legal time. You don't talk to that woman. You don't. No matter, and the reason why you do it, the reason why you would do it, because you haven't been in a situation and you're not. But the reason why you would do it is because you think she gonna be fair. Oh, we da. You don't know what kind of grudges she's holding behind her, and all that type of stuff. And on top of that, most people, when it comes to like a disagreement, intelligence is rarely there. It's rarely there.
And 9 times out of 10, if a woman doing that and being vindictive, and the person who's being hurt is the child. And don't think that the child brains like a sponge. They sees everything. They're aware of everything. So they see their daddy coming over. They see their daddy ready to get them. They see
trying to get them.
But it's the mom that says no.
Now see, that's the one thing that's getting seen more.
At the end of the day, that child's gonna have more fucking hatred. I want to say hatred as a word. Resentment. Thank you. Resentment towards the mother than the father. And once you get to a certain age, the child can choose.
I think the child is gonna have equal resentment. He's gonna have resentment for the mother for preventing him to see the father, and he's gonna have resentment towards the father for not trying hard enough. Because most men break down when it comes to child support. If you make $600 a week, and the judge order you to pay $3 a week, ain't nothing you can do.
Yeah,
that's why the guy breaks down. He ends up selling dope. Then he goes to jail because he can't afford the child support and live. You see what I'm saying? And that's the reason why the system is
fucked up.
That's the reason why the system is broken down. That's the reason why men should always get legal advice. Protect yourself by, instead of making an agreement with her, what y'all gonna do? Go to mediation, because whatever's written down in that mediation, now that's law. So you might not have to go back to court from the mediation. But if y'all can't agree, now the judge is gonna give you, all right, y'all want what? Joint custody? All right, 1 week he with you, 1 week he with her. You could pick him up from school? Sure I can. Hey, ma'am, can you pick him up from school? Sure I can. Now,
that's documented.
All that's documented.
Yeah.
So if she deviates,
I agree with that.
So if she deviates,
right,
she's in contempt of court.
Right.
And once she's in contempt of court, the judge is gonna come to you.
And
say,
what you
all right,
do about it?
No, the judge is going to come to you and say, are you prepared to take full custody because she's in contempt of court?
Yep.
That's what happened to me.
He's not the only one that needs to actually hear this shit. Like I said, I'm just sitting back and just listening. I'm just absorbing all this shit. Like, y'all both make great points. That's it. So I will be sending this out to Kanye West. And, yeah, this is a topic that I'm glad I brought this up, because, again, a lot of men go through situations like this, and we don't know what to do.
They have no idea what to do.
Know what to do. So, again, that's to say, I'm not really mad at Kanye West. I understand the frustration and the anger, but it's not being, like, directed in the right path. Like, everyone's chiming in saying, oh, he should do this, he should do that. No one's giving him, like, the real honest answer. Like, yo, fam, go talk to a lawyer and go to mediation. Like, go talk to someone. Like Press said, like, yo, go seek counseling. Go seek it. And, yo, sit down and relax. Get all that shit out and stay off social media.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, stay off social media. Stop saying, "Oh, you're gonna do this," or you're airing out all your dirty laundry about your wife at one point, like the person that you loved and shared a house with and shared a family with. Like, fam, don't do that, because now you're looking crazy out here.
What's the crazy part about it is you're definitely emotional if you were a real man and she was a real woman in the household. Because the real woman was the submissive point. Now she's the person that's giving you the pushback. So you don't know how to protect yourself from some shit like that. That's why the man is weak. Wait a minute. You used to do everything I told you. With moderation. Not no crazy shit. But you just do everything I told you. You cooked my food. You made sure this and this and that. Now she's saying no. And what you gonna do? Now she's coming at you in a manner that normally would cause you to show your teeth at that time. You know what I'm saying? Anybody else, you cuss them out.
But you can't curse this person out.
You can't cuss her out.
This is not your average enemy.
And when you do cuss her out, that shows that, well, put it like this. The judge is always going to act in the best interest of the child. The best interest of the child. So if you show that you're vindictive in any way, or she shows that she's vindictive in any way, that's not in the best interest of the child. But when you're arguing, intelligence is nowhere in sight. Have you ever seen somebody have an intelligent argument? No. An argument is strictly the prequel to a fight.
All emotions.
Yeah.
What you gonna do, bitch ass nigga?
Yeah.
What you call me, bitch ass? What you gonna do, hoe ass nigga? No, you the hoe ass. Yeah, that's all a prequel to a fight, because all it takes is the right amount of hoe ass niggas you swinging.
Yeah.
Okay, now let it come from somebody smaller than you, female, somebody smaller than you. Most guys won't hit a female. Most guys won't hit her. They should not, and they won't hit a female. But every woman knows how to push a button and fucking get them choked out or something.
Yeah.
But guess what? Now that the child is involved, if there's any last piece of advice, because I know Styxx is gonna put this up. Last piece of advice, men, if you're gonna deal with females or your exes, always have proof. Do not say she said. Do not say she said, or we're gonna do this. Have proof. And receipts aren't necessarily proof, okay? When y'all have an agreement that wasn't in a court order, okay? Make sure you're not talking to her on the phone. You are texting. Texts are allowed in court as evidence. They can see intent in messages. Right. Like, I'll give an example because my son is grown, so he know the story anyway. Give an example. One Christmas, I wanted to get my son for Christmas, and it was her Christmas. I said, no problem. I said, oh, I'm not doing nothing for Christmas. He can come over there with you. I said, all right, cool. I get him. 2 days before Christmas, oh, I'm about to send him up to your dad's house. My dad. He lived upstate Florida, further upstate than me. But he lived upstate. And I said, why are you sending him to my dad? It's like, if you want to see your son, go to your father's house and you can see your son. Now, all of this seems like very simple, right? Really. But you know what the judge saw when he saw that text? Grandparents don't have no rights to the child. Why didn't you give him to his father if you weren't going? She clearly said she wasn't going to be there. She's going to drop him off to the grandfather. Grandfather don't have no rights to the child over the father unless the father
agrees
to it. And you did not.
She was already wrong. Now, Here's another piece. She was going to move to Orlando, right? She's going to move to Orlando. Didn't tell me, and she said, I picked him up the last day of school in elementary school. I think it was like third, fourth grade. I picked him up from school, and he gave me a hug, said, I see you when, at the end of the summer. I'm like, wait a minute, you got football practice later. Oh, we moving to Orlando. So I text her. I said, you moving to Orlando? Yes, I'm moving to Orlando. In the text, she said, yes, I'm moving to Orlando, and I wasn't going to tell you until after I signed the lease. You know what the judge said?
Can't do it.
You are not allowed to go 50 miles outside of Hillsborough County.
Yep.
That was one. So you're already in contempt of court. 2, after that happened, said, you know what? I'm not going to put you in jail because I don't want Mr. Alexander to have to explain to his son that he kind of got his mother in trouble. So guess what? You can go to Orlando. I'm going to give him custody of his son, and you come visit him.
Wow.
It's all in text. It's all there. If you show proof that you are being a stand-up guy, doing what you're supposed to do in every single way, you have to have a proof. Men cannot go in a courtroom and just say it. You actually have to have proof, because the burden of proof is on the man every time in the court of law, especially when it comes to family court. It's always on him, especially. You ain't never heard a woman have a problem trying to have custody of her child unless she got problems herself, like drugs or
Severe problems.
I mean, they have to be really severe. She can even smoke crack and still keep the baby.
Crack, cocaine, prostitute, like you gotta be on some next level.
You have to be on some next level shit.
My brother got kids of both of his kids.
That's what's up.
Yeah, he had kids, and he was on child support at the time, and she was getting all of his goddamn W-2 at the end of the year. You know?
Oh yeah.
She was getting all that,
and
she was getting like I think it was $300 or $400 a week. He worked for UPS, make a lot of money, so she was getting that. Then when it come to find out these kids, my niece and nephews were being not appreciated and not taken care of, well, I put it like that. It was her family that went to the judge and said, listen, these kids is not being taken care of and everything like that, which opened the door. Opened the door for him to go for full custody. So once he had her family on his side, and they found out that she was not only getting the money, still receiving child support money, and the kids was living at my brother's house and his lady for like at least over a year, government said, oh no, you was getting free money? All right, guess what? All that money, we finna give back to my brother. And your ass gonna be on child support, and you gotta pay all that money back. My brother got 15 racks.
Hey, that's how it go.
So sometimes it do work.
Black men gotta understand, listen, when it comes to child support and splitting, the system ain't made for you. You have to triple guard yourself. Most people have a level 1 vest. You probably need a level 3.
Facts.
Straight up. Like that dude that rented to that bank and was out in LA, that dude that had that body armor all the way around. Yeah, you need that. That's what your life is like when you deal with divorce and child support. You need something like that where you can walk down the street with a 50 caliber gun and the cops running from you. You need some shit like that when you going into the court, family court. Now for Lil Wayne, it might be different. For Kanye, he has a history of lashing out. This is not going to go well for him. He needs counseling. It's not going to go well for him because you got a cool, calm, collective mother that ain't on crack, and she got plenty of money. That's his worst nightmare.
Yeah.
That's his worst nightmare. And all you can do is yell and be mad and sling mud publicly and socially. Please, Kanye need to chill the fuck out because it's not gonna be pretty for him. He gonna mess around and have real problems.
Man, she's a real lawyer now, so she know all the damn the ins and outs.
Not necessarily. Now, I will say family law is totally different from criminal and all that. It's different. There's different criteria to build a case. So if she's a family lawyer, oh, he fucked.
I think she's just like criminal.
If she's criminal, no, that shit don't work. Because
you might listen. I know that it's not the same thing, but you know what I'm saying. She knows somewhat of it. You know what I'm saying. And I guarantee that it doesn't take that much to fucking figure out. You know what I'm saying, the ins and outs of.
Oh yeah, that. No. The only thing I say is if she can understand the legal terminology, she'll be fine.
She'll be fine.
Just the words alone is what she is what she needs. So, shouts out.
So yeah, that was PressBox giving us some information as men. Thank you. For giving us the information, because again, I'm just soaking it all in because I see this stuff on like IG and everything else on social media, and I'm just like kind of confused, and I'm asking myself like, yo, what would I do? And I honestly have no answer.
How?
I have
you see some of these situations, you'd be like, how the fuck did that happen? I don't know if y'all seen that one guy from Detroit. He was paying child support and all this kind of stuff. Found out the kid wasn't his. Still had to pay child support. And when he found out, the court, everybody knew. They had the paternity test and all that type of stuff. He ended up going to jail for a year
That's
for
crazy.
for not paying child support for a child that wasn't his.
That's crazy. The laws are fucked up, bro.
There's some
there.
war stories out here, boy.
The law's messed up if that's the case, bro. Because if it's found out that you're not, I mean, I can only talk about for the state of Florida. If it's found out that you're not the father of a child, and you've been paying child support for how many years, then they're gonna give you back every last penny that you paid.
In Florida?
Yes.
Well, yeah, each state is different. So
Each
yeah,
state is different.
Yeah, each state is different.
Each state is
In
different.
Detroit,
If
you got to sue.
If you are found that you're not the father and you've been paying child support and regularly doing it, and you get that sheet of paper and they say you're not the father, you got that DNA test, every last dollar that you paid, the state gonna pay you back.
Department of Revenue, ain't that a bitch? Them hoes try to take my goddamn dishwasher.
Yeah.
Yo, real talk. Y'all boys better take this advice and run with it, because if you go in the courtroom, you're not going to be up against a regular attorney.
Yes.
You're not going to be up against a regular attorney. You're going to be up against the Department of Revenue. And in the Department of Revenue, that means, put it like this. They're going to ask you a question like, what do you own? Lord forbid your car paid off. You selling that. Do you own furniture? You selling that. You own, the lady asked me, how much did my dishwasher cost in my apartment? I was like, I don't know. It came with the apartment.
Right.
And all she did was check the bitch off. Like, all right, you ain't got no, you can't do that. Do you own your car? Don't go in there all shiny and shit. They will take that off your wrist.
That's crazy.
They will take the jewelry off your wrist and your neck. They will take it off.
That's crazy.
Y'all better pay the fucking attention.
Better wake up,
Never
brothers.
go into a courtroom without an attorney. Do not think you could do it yourself. They give you this big old packet to fill out, and if you fill out one page wrong, it's null and void, brother. Null and void. They give you a packet this fucking thick. I still got it in the thing. I just remind me of how lucky I am. That motherfucker was this thick.
Damn.
And also, I went in there. I went to court for visitation and ended up getting full custody because my lawyer picked something out that opposing counsel didn't know anything about. So, like I said, most guys, I'm gonna say all guys, if you're ready to break up with your chick and leave your chick, make sure you got some lawyer money. This is simple rules of the dope game, because at that point it becomes a dope game. You are on trial, and if you fuck this up, I'm trying to tell you,
your life is done. Your life is
you're
done.
done. You can't leave the country. You can't get a passport. You can't do this. You can't do that. Your credit gets shot. A lot of stuff.
At
You
least
can do
for the
time.
next 18 some odd years.
Nah, bullshit. No bullshit. Because the way they set that stuff up, well, I know a guy.
It stops at a certain age. I mean, if your kid goes to college, I've known some cases that you still can be on child support if your kid goes to college. But you know what I'm saying? I'm saying like out of college and they got their own job.
No.
You can't. You still be on child support?
Yes. If you
your
owe
kids-
rearage, that's money that you didn't pay, anything like that. I know a guy that had $40,000 in the rearage. He's paying his child support every month, but they only take out like $15 to go towards the rearage. So by the time the kid was 18, didn't go to college, he still owed like $37,000 in rearage because the $15 was just adding up every week. That's all it was. He still ended up owing like 30-something thousand, and he had to pay child support until his child was like, I want to say 26.
That's crazy.
It gets scary
I know,
because
dude,
just
it can
because you
get-
paid the child
yeah.
support, you still owe the rearage. So they just gonna be like, no, you done. Yeah, you 18, but you never paid this. You thought you was gonna time out?
Yeah.
A lot of people think they're gonna time out. No, it doesn't work like that. You still owe that money. Now, if you get it abetted, then you're good, because that means once you get your child support abetted, they stop that shit right there till they figure out what they're gonna do. And if it gets canceled out, and they say, all right, well, we're gonna abet. That's the legal term. It's called abet. Your child support gets abetted. That means they put it on hold. But if you don't have that piece of paper to say the child support is abetted, no matter what you do, it's still growing if you're not paying while you're waiting for whatever, your court date or whatever, what's going on. Like, there's a lot of things that guys need to know.
This is the Illest Critics
Leg up.
on the Raw 808 Underground Radio.